Hello and welcome to our Wednesday afternoon broadcast. Today is December 12th and we will be discussing the thought or philosophy that surrounds giving and getting from your life. And I heard this quote when I was on one of my workout sessions this week, and it really started a little process in my own brain about the intentions that we have in life, who we're spending time with, and the quality of what we are giving and taking the time to think about what we're getting back. So welcome if you're joining on with us live. Also, I want to welcome everyone who catches this on the rebroadcast. I always appreciate you guys stopping by. If you're joining us on YouTube, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. And if this is something that resonates with you, I always appreciate you hitting that like button as well. Leave a comment. Let me know that you are either here now or that you are here later. I always love having that opportunity to interact with you guys with some conversation. And if you're joining us on Facebook, that like button lets you connect with our page, and make sure you hit that notification button so that you will also be notified when we go live or upload new content. And as always, a like helps us become more reachable and gather a bigger audience in this community, which is what we're all about. My name is Dy Ann, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutrition plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. Here in this community, we are really doing that through the healing process of incorporating intermittent fasting and a keto-like lifestyle into our everyday activity to just really help us find our true purpose and live our best life. So the thought or the phrase, you get what you give, is really something that I think we maybe don't spend enough time, thinking about or processing through the full extent of what that can mean for us. And oftentimes we take that as we need to give more in order to get more, and more not being the part that we spend enough time evaluating. So, we oftentimes feel like we're just kind of running ourselves into the ground and we have to give more of ourselves, and we're not getting that reciprocal benefit of that. And I honestly don't think that there's anything wrong with expecting some sort of reciprocal type of feeling or payback when you're constantly giving, because we only have so much in our tank. And if we're not getting that filled up, then what happens is we have emotional breakdowns, we have anxiety attacks, we have, our body starts to break down and fail us mentally. We start to feel exhausted and beat up. And when we enter into those types of feelings and that type of breakdown, we really start to see some pretty serious things happen. We see a lot of those autoimmune disorders come into play. We see a lot of the mental difficulties with our ability to just remember basic things, the foggy headedness, because we are not taking care of the full being of who we are. So if you feel like you're that person that's constantly giving and constantly giving and constantly giving, and you're not getting back what you need to fill your tank, that's when we really start to need the opportunity to slow down and start to ask ourselves some questions. Are we giving in the right places? Are we giving with the right intention? Are we giving to those who are worthy of it? And the most important question is, are we giving to ourselves? We are so, inclined, especially as women, to give to everyone, and we're the last ones that get a gift of giving something to. We throw our workouts out, we throw our, eating healthy out, we stay up too late, we're trying to make everyone else happy and feel safe and comforted and taken care of. And we forget that we need that ourselves. And sometimes we're the best person to give that to ourselves. So are we giving to ourselves enough so we can give back, and we can fulfill all those other job titles that we have and all those other responsibilities that we have, and we can get back the things that we need for ourselves so we can get ourselves through another day. So it's not anything that we have to feel selfish about. I don't think it's anything that we should feel guilty about. I think we have a responsibility to evaluate the areas in our life that we are giving to and making sure that we are getting back what it is that we need for ourselves. And I think we need to look at this in all aspects, in all areas of our life. We need to look at it not only in our own self-care, but are we doing this with our finances? Are we doing this with our external relationships? So the relationships we have outside of ourselves. Are we doing this in our faith or spiritual arena? Are we doing this with what we're doing with our nutrition, how it is that we're handling our kids and the situations and responsibilities that we feel with them? And are we just throwing stuff out there with no maybe thought to it or meaning behind it or intention behind it? And then are we setting ourselves up for breakdowns or disappointment because we are not setting up realistic expectations of what we want to get back? And we do need to factor that in, because we can't keep giving and keep giving and keep giving and never feel like we're receiving things back. And so we want to make sure we're going through that thought process as well. When we're giving, what is it that we want back? So if I'm going to make some sacrifices and give a little to my kids, what is it that I want back? And is that a truth? And is that something that can actually happen? And it might just be that I want them to be happy. And if they're happy, then I'm feeling fulfilled. And that give and that get are matched up, right? And if we're giving and we don't have our own intentions of how we want that to unfold on the get back part, then we can start to feel a little bit disappointed and broken down. And so this should be part of what we do with our, daily gratitudes. This should be part of what we do with our goal setting. This should be part of what we do with even laying out our to-dos that we have for our days. I have this to do and I'm going to give in this area. And the end result of that is what? Maybe feeling accomplished. Maybe that's your get. Maybe baking cupcakes for your kids, bake sale is the give, and the get back that you're gonna get for yourself from that is, knowing that you did something to help your kids' school raise money. So the get back doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something that's, materialistic or something that you have to, that's tangible. It could be just that you've mentally and emotionally checked in with what it is you're giving, and you are validating your get back. And that get back is going to be the thing that helps us stay super positive in what we're doing interaction wise throughout our day. The get back could be that we have intentionally set ourselves up to make sure we're not being taken advantage of, because we can only do that for so long, where you're giving and giving and giving and giving, and you're not recognizing the get back, or you're not feeling the get back, or the get back isn't, in line with what you're giving, and you start to just feel completely depleted and taken advantage of. And then we start to get resentful, and that resentfulness ends up causing us stress, and the stress ends up leading to us having our hormones completely out of whack. And the next thing you know, you're like, breaking down hormonally, and you're putting on weight, and you're feeling stressed out. And so all of these things are always interrelated, and they're always intertwined. And the end result is us feeling broken and empty, and then eventually getting sick. So I want us to start really thinking about the mental and emotional aspect of what we're doing to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. And I guarantee you that if you're giving and giving and giving to the wrong people with the wrong intentions and not getting any of those get backs, even if it's just you recognizing that you did something to make someone else feel better, and that's your own get back, and you're cool with that, and that satisfies you, then what's going to happen is we just get broken down. We should be okay with getting back. And I think oftentimes, especially, and I don't know why this is, but us women fall into this trap of being so selfless that we forget to take care of ourselves. And all it takes is just that exercise of going through that mental checklist. When you look at your to-do list, how much of your day are you giving away? And is that satisfying to you? Or do you end the night with a glass or two of wine, feeling bitter and resentful and used and broken and exhausted? And that's no way to live our life. That is not an authentic way to live our life. And what kind of tweaks can you make, and what kind of things can you do with your thought process and the way you're executing the things that you're giving and the intentions that you're giving, or maybe just vetting some of the relationships that you have? Are the relationships that you are giving to, are they worthy? And is the satisfaction that you're getting out of them enough to repay you and fill your emotional and mental tank to get you through the next thing that you have to do? Don't live your life living empty relationships where you're the only one giving and you're not getting anything back. Trust me, the way I look at my relationships, and this is the way I've managed relationships and my business and everything, probably most of my adult life, is if I'm stuck in a place where I'm feeling unfulfilled, whether it's financially, relationship-wise, spiritual-wise, nutrition-wise, fitness-wise, and I can't move that thing out of the way to get me unstuck, then there's this whole line of amazing opportunities that are sitting right in front of me that I will never, ever see because I'm blocked by the unhappy parts. I'm unblocked by the unfulfilled parts. So sometimes we have to just move that out of the way so we can see all the things that are lined up for us that are so ready to receive us and so available for us to take advantage of and to benefit from, so then we can turn that back around and send it right back out. So don't be afraid to move some things out of the way if you're giving and you're not getting back. We want to make sure that those are reciprocal feelings and reciprocal energies and reciprocal mentalities as well. And we want to make sure that the intentions are there, that the return is going to fill us back up so we can go back out and give again. And we make sure that we're doing it from a place that's our heart, and it's a place of us actually like authentically wanting to give there. We don't want to give out of spite, and we don't want to give out of guilt, and we don't want to give out of envy or any of those negative type of feelings. We want to make sure that when we're doing it from our heart, and we're doing it with good intentions, and that we are okay with taking the get back so we can fill our tanks back up and go back at it again. We do not want to end up being broken down, bitter old women, right? And so we have to make sure that we are paying attention to this just as much as we are the jean size that we're wearing, the fat content that we're consuming, the amount of time that we're spending exercising. All of those things are fantastic, and they should be a definite part of our day. But we also have to look at the other aspects of our life as well. And this is where I say we want to have that 3-part healing process. We want to be healed on the inside. We want to feel confident about what's going on the outside. But we also want to make sure that our heart and our heads are in the right place as well, because there's nothing more unattractive than a woman who is feeling a bunch of spite and anger and bitterness. That cannot be covered up by makeup. That cannot be covered up by fancy clothes. And that cannot be covered up by, spewing things that really are not coming from your heart and are not authentic. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of all aspects of our health and all aspects of our well-being, so that when we are asked to give and we are asked to show up, we come with our most authentic self, we come very centered, and we come very present. And the only way to do that is to make sure we're taking advantage of both aspects of the get and the give, and we're doing it with great intention and making sure that the people that we're associating with are also coming with that same sort of intention. So let me welcome everyone who's here today. I hope this type of conversation really helps us, especially this time of year. I know this time of year when there's so many expectations and there are so many things that we feel like we have to live up to, and we often find ourselves saying yes to things that maybe we aren't really feeling in our head and our heart, and we don't know how to say no, and we're giving and giving and giving and giving, and we feel like we're completely emptied out. So pay attention to these things, the get and the give this time of year especially, and make sure that they are, pretty balanced out, and run the checklist. Like, what is it that you're doing, and why are you doing it, and how are you feeling afterwards? And if you feel empty about it, and you feel unfulfilled, and you feel strained and stressed, trust me, the give isn't in the right level in which we should be doing it. And it's okay to say no, and it's okay to reevaluate some things, and it's okay to question why it is you are there and what it is you're doing, and then just find something that's going to fulfill you. Michael, can I have that? I'm going to welcome everyone who's joining us from YouTube and see if you have any questions. Do me a favor, if you're in one of our courses, put it in the comments section. Our goal setting course has been going amazing, and it's really helping a lot of the women that are in it. So if you missed the goal setting course for December, don't worry, we're going to open it back up for January, because we do know it's hard for a lot of people to commit to something in these really busy months, because there are a lot of things we have to be giving to, and you want to make sure that you're going to get out of a course that you sign up everything that you had hoped for. So we're going to be reopening the goal setting course in January, and if you joined me in December, you're going to be invited to come back and reevaluate what we have going on in the month of January. So that's a little bonus to my December people. And then we're going to work through some really great goal setting techniques in the month of January to help you guys kickstart your new year. So hopefully you'll be able to jump in with us for that. Tanya, hello. I love when I catch you during the day. Yeah, Tanya, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And I love when you guys can catch us live as well. Tina, hello, girlfriend. Diane, hello. Jane, hello. December goal setting course can be found. Okay, Michael put it on there. And Aaron, hey, I never get the live. Hello from Tennessee and happy holidays. Thank you for this September grad. Oh, Aaron, you're welcome. I always love when you guys get to jump on live and it's like your first time. It's just as exciting for me as it is for you. Trust me. So thank you for paying attention to the schedule and jumping in with us. I'm going to look on Facebook and welcome everyone who has joined us there. Let's see what the comments we got here, and I'll welcome and say hello to everyone. Cassia, hello, catching you live at work. I love that too. September grad. Tamara, good message. Awesome. I know I have to remind myself of this as well. When I start to feel really drained and really fatigued, you have to go back in and even if it's just remind yourself of the get and why it is you're giving. Sometimes that's enough to kind of fill your emotional tank back up. And then you're ready to go and get back at it. So make sure you're doing that work to remind yourself as well. Amy, hello, catching the live from Oregon. Amy, are you guys cold up there and rainy, or has the weather changed for you guys? I know the West Coast was getting a lot of rain. Janice, hello from San Francisco. Diane from Pennsylvania. Janet from Nevada. Girlfriend, I always love having you. I've cut back on a lot of the give this year, feeling much better about the season, not so stressed. Yeah, for sure. And after we read the book, The Happiness Advantage, for us this year, we've decided to forgo traditional Christmas type of events, and we're taking our family to Hawaii for 7 days, I think it is. And every time I walk by a store and I see like the racks of wrapping paper and all the gifts out and all the ornament stuff, I just breathe like this inhale and exhale of just relief that this year we don't have to go through all that stress, and we're going to be able to just relax and create some amazing memories with our family. So that's going to be our give, and we hope to get a lot back from that as far as creating some great memories and stuff with our family. Janet's just doing the things she loves. I love that about you, girlfriend. And Lori from Portland, Oregon. Awesome. Thanks for jumping on with us. Let me see what we got over here on, I know a couple more YouTube comments came on. We also, so you guys know who have been hanging out in this community for a while, we are creating an entirely new course in January. It should launch like the 3rd week of January, but we'll have pre-sales coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be a completely new concept of incorporating fasting into your life. So hopefully you guys will be able to jump in with that. No prerequisite required. You don't have to be a previous course member to jump in, because I know we have some people that have been hanging out with us that have been fasting well and feasting well for a while. So it's going to be a really exciting course, and hopefully we'll be able to move you guys into that next level of healing if that's where you want to go with your fasting and your feasting. And of course, fasting is never required, but the course will provide you with a lot of really good information and some really good nutritional advice and some deep healing advice that I think a lot of us in this community are ready for. So hopefully you guys will be able to jump in with that for sure. Margaret, I'm determined to set new goals in January. Great that I found you. Awesome, Margaret. I know, Margaret, are you in our current goal setting course, or are you going to jump in January with us? Tracy, I'm doing the same thing this year, taking my kids and mom on a cruise for Christmas. Love not having to stress this year. Oh, just the whole like not having to go shopping and hide stuff and wrap stuff and do all that is just such a relief. And we're super excited to just go spend some good quality, like island time with our kids. So we're really excited about that for sure. Okay, so it looks like I got everyone's questions and comments. If you're catching this on the rebroadcast, always feel free to leave a comment as well. I go back and check everything, and I really love being able to answer your questions and comments. Margaret, you're going to jump on in January. Awesome. Okay, it'll be great to have you. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. Think about today's topic of conversation. If you're feeling drained, if you're feeling empty, if you're feeling completely wiped out, and that's starting to affect how you go about your day or even how you take care of yourself, it's okay to stop and question what it is you're doing. And are you doing it with the right intentions? There's nothing that breaks my heart more than hearing some of my girlfriends saying, oh, I'm dreading going to the PTA meeting tonight, or I'm dreading going to this, or I'm dreading doing this, or I'm dreading having to do this. And it makes me think, gosh, that's sad, because not only are you going and you're dreading it, but you're cheating those people that you're going to be spending time with out of having you in your full capacity, right? Because we're going into it feeling like we don't even want to be there. So don't cheat yourself out of time and energy, and don't cheat yourself and the people around you out of an experience of you coming with the full version of you. Don't come halfway. If you're going to do something, do it with the full intention, do it with your full heart, do it with your full mind, or just learn to say no and find something else that you can do so you can get that give and that get all lined up in the right order. Thanks for jumping on with me today, you guys. Michael and I are going to be having a live on our IF Keto Family Life Facebook page on Friday. The topic is going to be amazing. We're super excited to share it with you. So make sure that you are subscribed over there as well on Facebook, and then we'll update it to YouTube later in the afternoon so my YouTube followers can catch it there as well. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for spending some time with me on Wednesday, and I will see you guys on Friday or somewhere around social media this week. Have a good one.